Alright, so we're doing a pull list video, basically looking at the comics coming up for December 5th, 2018, and I didn't do one of these last week, sorry, I was a little busy. There wasn't a lot that came out last week. As you can see, I only had like 4 or 5 reviews I did this week. There wasn't that much really worth talking about. This week, however, there's quite a bit. So my number one pick of the week already, I can tell you, and I already know it's going to be good. I will have a review of it. But it is a graphic novel, so it's going to take a minute to go through. This is an original one, too. It's all one shot. This was never a weekly series. It's coming on one drop, which is pretty cool. I don't know how large it is or how many pages or whatever, but this is basically Old Man Tommy Oliver. Kyle Higgins, the guy who wrote the good part of the Power Rangers comic. He wrote, I think, what, 33 issues of the actual good run. I have no interest in the new run. But this one is pretty interesting. So he's basically married to Kat, and his son gets kidnapped. Now, I don't know if he's going to have that super morpher that he has where he could turn into all 5 of these Rangers. It'll be interesting to see if that's the case. However, Jason David Frank did consult on this book. Kyle Higgins has a track record of doing a solid job on these characters. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this since it was announced. This is a for sure buy. This is my pick of the week, actually. I can say that right now. Definitely, if you are a fan of the series, pick this up. Next up, we have Batman 60. I have to say, I've been enjoying Batman again. A lot more than Detective Comics, which finally, this Two-Face arc they're doing is over. The next Detective Comics is going to have Tomasi on it. Happy that's coming. I can't stand this run they've had. It's terrible. At least though Batman has picked back up. They've got this, like, they're kind of coming to the culmination with this Bane stuff where he's breaking Batman down psychologically. It looks like he's been behind everything that's happened for the entire Tom King run. We'll see what happens, but maybe the Tom King will redeem himself. The CIA pencil pusher might be able to salvage this disastrous run that he's had with the Batman 50, where he dropped to the wedding. Terrible time that was. Doomsday Clock number 8, the slower than molasses story run. This run, man, is like we were on issue 1 a month ago last year, and we're only on issue 8. Like, this is the slow burn of comic runs. But from what I understand, Jeff Johns is notoriously late, like a perfectionist. So I'd say maybe by summertime we'll be reading Doomsday Clock number 12. Who knows at this point, man? Who knows? Next up, we've got Martian Manhunter number 1 of 12. Now, I'm not too sure what's going on here, but it's Martian Manhunter as a cop. I don't know. Looks like it's going to be a detective story. I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to check it out. It looks interesting. Steve Orlando's a decent writer, so I think I will give this a look, at least the first issue, just to see how it goes. I would put this down as a maybe. Maybe wait for a review and then pick it up, but I'm intrigued. I'm going to check it out. Next up, the solid as ever Nightwing. I don't know why they keep changing writers all the time, but I've really been enjoying this run they've had going with this amnesiac Dick Grayson. It's been really good, so this is a solid recommend. I recommend you pick up the past 4 issues for sure. Check it out. I've really been liking this run. Been one of the better comics I've been reading in a while. Shazam number 1 by Jeff Johns. So it's probably going to be good. I'm for sure picking this up. Interesting thing about this is the first Shazam run in 20 years, according to what they're saying here. It makes sense. I haven't seen a Shazam book, I don't think, continuously my entire life, so I kind of think this is true. I'm going to pick this up. I think it's obvious why they're launching this comic, because the movie's coming out. I'm legitimately kind of interested in the movie. I think out of all of the comic book movies that are coming out, other than Avengers, this one looks really good. And Jeff Johns is writing it, at least for a while, I'd imagine. 6-7 issues until they change writers, because they kind of move him all over the place. I think this is worth a look. So I'm going to check it out. We'll find out if it's good when I review it. I'll probably make it one of my first reviews because it's a new book and people will be looking for it. So this will be one of the first reviews along with Martian Manhunter that I do on a Wednesday. We got Green Lantern number 2 with Grant Morrison. I did enjoy number 1. A lot of people, though, in the comments did not care for it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to keep reading it because I found it accessible, which I think is important. I think you want to revitalize this character, make him popular. I think what you do is you need to bring in a new base. And if you can get, you have to understand, I'm coming to the point as a guy who has never really read Green Lantern. You get me on board, you introduce me to some lore, you bring in more fans for the book, which makes it more successful. Anyway, let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. That's kind of my thinking, but it's got me reading it. It's got me interested. So I'll be reading this one, and we'll see how it works out. Transformers versus Star Trek number 3 of 4. I read the first one, thought it was pretty good. Seems a lot of people have enjoyed it. My buddy Mike Parletti, who has got the Pinball channel, agrees. Though at this point, I'm going to wait for the graphic novel. And then we've got Immortal Hulk number 10. Hands down, I personally think the best comic at Marvel right now. It's been firing on all cylinders, all 10 issues. Maybe 2 or 3 have been kind of meh. But for the most part, this has been one of the better runs going on at Marvel and in all of comics. I think 3 of the best comics on stands are coming out this week. Nightwing, Immortal Hulk, and Venom, which I'll get to in a minute. But those, in my opinion, right now, are the best 3 American ongoing comics on stands. And all 3 dropped this week. That's why I said this is going to be an expensive week. Especially with that Power Rangers graphic novel dropping. It's gonna be some shekels to invest. But yeah, you can't go wrong here. I think this is starting a new arc where he's going to hell. We'll see how this works out. Next, we've got Defenders Immortal Hulk number 1. Now, this is an event. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this up because I'm already spending so much money this week. And the Google checks aren't rolling in anytime soon for me because I just started it on this channel. So, we'll see. Though Al Ewing is writing this, this looks like an event because if you see here, there's 2 coming out. Defenders Namor number 1 and this one. I think it looks like they're going to do one-shots and then bring the Defenders together. I think they're rebooting that book. And it's going to probably be the classic team. I might check this out, but buying this means I need to buy this one. However, I see Zdarsky is writing it. Al Ewing is writing this one. It's like 2 Immortal Hulks in one for a week. I don't know if I'll be able to resist. We'll see. But I'm putting this on here because we have 2 good writers, 2 good books. I don't know who's going to write the next ones, but we'll see. I'm going to put this on a maybe for picking up, but it's on there for those who are interested. Then finally, we've got Venom number 9. I think they say it right here. The smash hit of the summer continues with Venom no more. Enough said. I think that nails it right there. This is one of the best books at Marvel and DC in general. Like, this is one of the best comics out right now. And then finally, we have Lunar Soldier number 1. I noticed Kyle Higgins is writing it. His Power Rangers run was good. His Nightwing run sucked. So I can't say anything about that, but maybe he's found his stride. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up or not, but it's on there for those who are interested in it. I like the presence. I see a dude with a giant gun on a motorcycle, American motorcycle. I see this in the background. This cover has a guy like me intrigued in it. So maybe, like I said, this is an expensive week, man. There's a lot of comics. So once again, Winter Soldier, Venom, Defenders, Immortal Hulk, Star Trek versus Transformers, Green Lantern number 2, Shazam number 1, Nightwing 54, Martian Manhunter number 1, Doomsday Clock number 8, Batman number 60, and the guaranteed pick, if you get one thing, this is it, Dragon Soul. Soul of the Dragon. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about this pick list. Follow me over on Stream Me. Link in the description. Check out my Patreon, and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters. like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, share the video to your friends looking for some good comics, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.